The big question plaguing R. Kelly fans is the moral conundrum that is, can you still listen to his music despite the strong allegations against him? Hi, I'm Jasmine with Pulse Music, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing for more content. So, let's talk about it. R. Kelly's recent allegations have further marginalized fans from the singer, with allegations of sex cults and sexual abuse leveled at the once legendary singer. The Lifetime docuseries Surviving R. Kelly appears to be another nail in the coffin in what has been a long-winded decline. And therein lies the problem. Could he still be considered an icon despite his extremely tarnished reputation? And can you separate his personal life from his music, when his persona and image is heavily intertwined with his message? More recently, people have been dissecting his art, such as the opening lyrics to his 1994 song Bump and Grind, that are making people question how separate was his personal life from his art. The similarities are just too obvious to ignore. The album he produced for Aaliyah, the eerily named Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, brings into question the direction that he was pointing his young prodigy to at the time, and the potential message she was sending out to the world. You could ask, well, is there a double standard, since around the same time a 14-year-old Usher Raymond had a song called Call Me a Mac. Adult themes were not uncommon for teenage acts at the time. Now, Usher details some of the experiences he had while under the care of Diddy. Some people will think it's cute. Some people will dismiss it as pubescent behavior. And some will shun it.
Moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what
Camp.
it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
Nah, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your
Jodeci,
parents were
Mary
okay?
J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 in the morning with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like,
What
like
a
living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
However, in the R. Kelly situation, the optics were the main problem, with a much older man secluded with a young teenage girl who is very impressionable. Now, it would be much easier to mask this under the guise of mentorship, especially in the 90s climate, not to mention couple-like behavior that people became very weary of. Fast forward to the late 90s, and to the notable change in the subject matter in his music is palpable. His releases such as I Believe I Can Fly not only performed well on the charts, but they also became cultural backdrops. Commonly used in graduations, gospel circles. They made him more of a beloved figure. The benefit of vulnerability in his music builds a sense of trust with the fans that makes them feel like they know the artist as they would a friend. Working on songs for Michael Jackson, Celine Dion, both #1 smashes, cemented his songwriting and musical prowess. Then it came. The tape. Somehow, despite it clearly being him, and the legal technicalities are jarring to say the least. Not to say how he evaded any punishment is crazy, but to bring it back to the real issue, his music brought him through his rough period. Ignition Remix was a massive hit, and his Chocolate Factory album went on to sell over 2 million copies in the US. At the time, he christened himself as the Pied Piper, which has many connotations and is very problematic in itself. Long story short, the Pied Piper was a legend that had a guy who used music as a means to lure children away from a town called Hamelin. Link to the story in the description below. The second connotation, and more importantly that is, his music has the ability to lure away and distract people. Fans fall for it and look past his allegations and simply let him get away with it. Crazy, huh? Anyway, this does speak to the larger context that is, his music as well as music by other entertainers accused of heinous crimes is so good that they get away with stuff other people absolutely would not. The problem with this is the persona. The highly charged sexual being appears to be what he is, in and out of the studio. Rockers, rappers, and singers generally channel their real life into their music. Is this any different? Some people are able to separate the art from the artist, and some struggle with it and can't. It's a personal choice. But the question is, will you feel the same way when it hits closer to home? The pressure is mounting on the singer, and the climate is only gonna get worse. So, what are your opinions on the matter? Can you separate the art from the artist? Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, and while you're down there, leave a like and subscribe. And don't worry, it is free. I checked, it's free. Until next time, peace.